friends, welcome to GK Sports India YouTube channel, and this is the Kumbi Jiku show, previewing the upcoming 3-match ODI series in Australia, India versus Australia, and to discuss what's in store ahead, our expert K. Srinath, player-turned-umpire. Welcome Sri, welcome, happy Dhanteras and happy Diwali Eve. Welcome to the Kumbi Jiku show.
Thanks, Jiku. Thank you very much. Wishes for a happy Dhanteras and Diwali to you and all the viewers. Thank you very much.
So, India versus Australia. Any India-Australia match is nothing short of excitement. How different is this going to be? Starting on Sunday in Perth.
Absolutely. I think, always the fan following and a lot of hype about India-Pakistan games are always there. But in the recent past, it's turned out to be damn squibs. But India-Australia, India-England, always they've been, humdingers, and it keeps the viewers on their toes. I mean, a 3 ODI series in Australia with the 2027 World Cup round the corner. And why does it make it so interesting? The inclusion of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. As players, mind you, Rohit Sharma is not captaining this Indian team. But nevertheless, with 2 of the best white ball players in world cricket making it back into the Indian squad, I mean, it's going to be an exciting series. I'm looking forward to watching both Virat and Rohit. Of course, both of them have had not much of cricket under the belt, but nevertheless, they are far too experienced players to just get out in the middle and get their A game going.
Shubman Gill, first time ODI captain. When he was made the test captain, India did not have Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli for England. And he came out trumps, drawing the series 2-2. And many felt it should have been 3-2 India. But nevertheless, he won his first test series as captain without Rohit Sharma because they had retired from test cricket with Rohit and Virat. Now to have Virat and Rohit in the ODI squad, what would Shubman Gill be going through? Will he have that confidence that he has 2 experienced and accomplished captains and batters? How is he going to handle the two senior players especially?
Well, in his limited tenure as the test match captain, he's had a drawn series in England and beating West Indies 2-0 recently in India. Certainly his tails will be up and his confidence not only as a captain, as a batter will be sky high. Well, the vision of the committee has been they're looking ahead at the 2027 World Cup, wherein neither Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli are going to get any younger. And Rohit's availability and, will he be in a position to captain India at that point in time was the point that was debated. And Ajit Agarkar has made it very clear, saying that they are looking ahead and, could be get Shubman Gill in the saddle and give him a fair run so that he has a hang of, captaining an ODI side. Well, to have 2 of the best ODI white ball cricketers in the world in your squad can just boost your confidence. And, if there's any pressure situation on the ground, no better to just, look around. Maybe you can have Rohit on the offside and Virat on the leg side or vice versa. They are go-to men for you to, be of help to Shubman Gill. Certainly, Shubman's tails will be up, as I said, as a batter and as a captain. And what else do you want? Having 2 of the best cricketers in the world in your side, I think certainly Shubman Gill will all the more be happy, and certainly there'll be no pressure on him because the communication has been clear. And why so? So that's it. I think Shubman is in happy space to have both of them in the side, and he certainly would be guided in terms of whatever he wants, and he certainly his job would be made that much easier.
And he is one who has not let the captaincy affect his batting, like we have seen him score those hundreds in England and also against West Indies recently at home. Having said that, you think Rohit and Virat Kohli will be there for the 2027 World Cup, by which time they would be nearing 40, or not considering their age, you think they will be there for the World Cup?
I mean, it's a call, that has to be taken periodically, because post this, again, there are hardly a few bilaterals that India is going to play in ODI cricket. So it's going to be a series to series. It all depends on how they're going to keep themselves match fit. We all know how supremely fit Virat Kohli is. Even at the age of 35, he's the fittest cricketer in the Indian side, and he can give a run for any youngster in world cricket. The same with Rohit. His batting prowess, the amount of time he's got to play the fast bowlers across the world is something phenomenal. Now, as you approach the World Cup, you get to know, and certainly India would be looking at a pool of about 25, 30 players to be given an opportunity to build a side for this World Cup. So it's too early to comment saying whether they should be or they will be around. It depends on two things. One is their fitness. Number two is their form. Because in between the 2027 World Cup and now the bilateral in Australia, maybe they might get to play one more year of IPL or two, and with a few bilaterals. How they keep themselves going, what sort of motivation they have to, kick themselves up and keep hitting the ball becomes a question mark. And if they make themselves available, I think they look at playing only the Vijay Hazare Trophy, which is a one-day format that happens in domestic in India, which is round the corner in the month of December. What sort of zest will they have to come up and play the tournament will also be a question mark. Very early days, but you can't write both of them off because they are supremely skilled players.
India Champions Trophy, recently they won under Rohit Sharma. And the squad that they have gone with to Australia, not many changes to the squad. Your overall assessment of the squad and who you think should be playing the first match, or who you think will be missing out on the first match in Perth?
Well, Perth traditionally has been a surface, which is provided help for the faster bowlers, and there is a good bounce and carry. But obviously, a one-day game, you will see a lot of runs being scored there. India have gone in with Kuldeep, who obviously will be a first-choice spinner. Now, will India be tempted to play a Washington Sundar is a question mark. A welcome break, for Jasprit Bumrah, who's not a part of this ODI squad. Obviously, India would miss the experience of Bumrah, the leader of the pack in all three formats. So Siraj might get a look in. He certainly obviously would get a look in there along with the likes of Prasidh and Arshdeep. Arshdeep has not got much game time. And Nitish Kumar Reddy, it needs to be seen whether, he would fill in the slot of the all-rounder wherein he could bowl a little bit of seam up and be the lower order batter for you. Obviously, no-brainer, KL Rahul would be donning the gloves behind the stumps, though they have Jurel as a backup. So it might be tough for Jurel to find a spot as a batter in the squad in white ball cricket because we've not seen that much of him in white ball cricket playing for India. So obviously, whether Jaiswal would get a look in becomes a question mark. Because if Shubman Gill and Rohit Sharma are going to open the innings, you obviously will have Virat at number 3. And of course, Shreyas Iyer makes a comeback into the Indian team in white ball cricket. You'll have him at number 4. Then you have KL Rahul. And then you have the likes of Nitish Reddy, who's got an open chance to come up with. Washington Sundar, followed by 3 seamers and Kuldeep Yadav. I think this is generally the combination which India is going to look at, unless and until they decide to, rope in Harshit Rana ahead of one of the faster bowlers. So it all boils down to, the question of whether India will go in with the trusted pair of a left and right combination of Rohit and Jaiswal. My inkling is initially, I think Jaiswal will miss out. It's going to be Rohit and Gill at the top of the order with Virat at his favorite number 3. This is the possible 11 which I look for India in the first game against Australia.
And it is indeed a strong 11 that will give Australia a run for their money. But Australia, there are some big names missing out because it is coinciding with their domestic tournament. The Sheffield Shield is going on, and some of the players have opted to play that and give at least the first match a miss. The case of Josh Inglis not available for the first ODIs, Adam Zampa and Alex Carey not available for the first ODI. And there is doubt about Pat Cummins's availability, not only for this, but even for the Ashes, which is sometime next month. So how do you look at Australia's lineup? And do you think these non-available players, because of the non-availability, it gives India the advantage?
And it's not about advantage. Even if India, were playing against a full-fledged Australian side, certainly India, are on top. Having said that, Australians have a pretty experienced bowling lineup. They've got the likes of Hazelwood. They've got Mitchell Starc playing for them. and Matt Kuhneman, the left armer, and they've got other couple of fast bowlers. But having said that, I mean, the beauty is, their preparation is happening for the Ashes. They're giving more importance to the multi-day format of their domestic Sheffield, which is like a Ranji Trophy in India, and preparing for that all-important Ashes series. So many a times when there is a white ball series planned just before an all-important red ball series, there's always that question mark arising, saying that do you need to get your best players on the park to play this format? Having said that, Mitch Marsh is captaining the side, a dangerous white ball player, along with Travis Head, who's been a headache for India in all formats. So I would say a relatively inexperienced batting lineup for Australia, with the likes of Mitch Marsh, Travis Head, Labuschagne holding the key for them. And I think, people like Mitchell Owen, Cooper Connolly, and Josh Phillip might get a look in. It's an opportunity for these youngsters who are not regulars in white ball cricket to put up their hand and, stand up for Australia. Again, obviously, they would also be working on their pool of players to look at the 2027 World Cup. So the Australians always have a very clear, vision about what they want to do. And certainly they would not take this series lightly against India, knowing, the quality of players India possess. And yes, certainly it won't be a pushover Australian side for India. And India also certainly will not take this lightly, because for a few players who appear only in white ball cricket, it's going to be very important for them to, make good of these three ODIs.
Certainly, Australia are a tough opposition, and they also have brought back Marnus Labuschagne on the back of some terrific batting in domestic cricket, 400s in his last six innings, a mix of Sheffield Shield and their One Day Cup, replacing Cameron Green, a World Cup winner himself. So it's a tough opposition, and Australia-India is always an exciting series. Looking at the overall one-day international as such, Sri, the relevance of this, like you mentioned, both gearing up or setting the base for the 2027 World Cup, but ODIs, you still think it has its relevance today?
I think it's a format that's struggling between Test cricket and T20. I've always found in the last few years, post the advent of T20 cricket, which has taken off on a very big scale worldwide, per se, with franchisee leagues taking over all over. So I think it's become more of a template game, where we've been seeing usage of two new balls, one from each end for 25 overs each, and the field restrictions. 3 power plays wherein the over numbers 11 to 40, where only 4 fielders are allowed outside the circle. And with the balls not getting older, the spinners are being, totally ruled out of the game. And it's totally becoming a batter-oriented game. And people's liking, the fan base towards ODI cricket, I think is slightly losing its sheen. And many a times, these bilaterals are becoming totally redundant. But having said that, there needs to be a balance. And that's ICC is trying its best to, seeing how they can get going and keep ODI cricket alive. Yes, to me, it is looking more, tired format, and it's become more of a template game wherein we are seeing scores of 300, T50 plus being scored and chased on very easily.
Yeah, and like Australia, some of the main players missing out because of the Sheffield Shield cricket and preparing for the Ashes. That shows what their priorities are. Anyway, it's any India-Australia, nothing short of excitement. And this is going to be one such India versus Australia, keenly awaited. On that note, looking forward to the 3-match series starting on Sunday in Perth. Thank you very much, Sri, for your thoughts once again. And we'll see you at the other end of the result, of other end of the match, that is, in Perth. Thank you. Stay safe. And once again, wishing you all a very happy Diwali.
Thank you. Thank you, Jiku.